This video is an introduction and demonstration cut for the Forrest Manufacturing Model 480P horizontal blade bandsaw. We have other videos available giving the full rundown on all the features of 480P, so I'll keep this part short. If you're new to the machine, please refer to one of the other videos discussing the 480P. Here I'll give the brief version and then get to the good part. The 480P is horizontal blade, cutting in a horizontal plane. This particular version has a traveling table. Put the workpiece on the table, push the table to make the cut. We offer this machine with a fixed table where you slide the workpiece across the table to make the cut. Here we have a traveling table, manual traverse, so you put presumably a lighter workpiece on the table, push it through to make the cut. And we also make these with a powered table, variable speed motor to move the table. That's more suitable for slow cutting or heavy work pieces. This machine has the manual traverse table. It does have some interesting features though. The customer asked to have the table height adjustable in addition to the blade height being adjustable. All the 480Ps, the blade height is adjustable with a hand crank, including an electronic digital readout. Here, the customer's asked also that the table height be adjustable. So that's why you see all this. We are filming from the back side today. This machine, pneumatic blade tensioning, includes a blade breakage detector, low air pressure switch, interlocked to the blade drive of course. Control cabinet includes a fuse disconnect and controls for the blade tension. Another interesting feature this has that we don't include on most of our horizontals is the ability to adjust the position of the tension side blade guide. So motor side, drive side, the blade guide assembly, here's a 3-roller style guide assembly, is a fixed position. You don't want to ever adjust it, and it has a dust collector nozzle in front of it. On this side, what we call the tensioning side, we have the blade guide position adjustable. You can move it in and out according to the width of your workpiece to shorten the free blade length. Gives you a more accurate cut potentially. Also, it means that the part of the, you can't really see it, but the part of the blade that is not working is guarded. So the test cut today, we are cutting a plastic bin. I'll zoom in a little bit for you here. Remote controls are cool. So we've got this plastic bin. You see that well? Yeah, that's good. So I got this plastic bin. It's two-tone, kind of cool, like a 70s Camaro or something. So a plastic bin, black part on bottom, gray part on top. I've been told the whole thing is HDPE, high density polyethylene. The bottom black part certainly is. This top part I'm not so sure. It feels more like polypropylene. I had this piece to test cut because it's broken. It's got some fractures up here. But the way it's fractured, with some sharp edges, sure is more reminiscent of polypropylene than polyethylene. And polypropylene can be difficult to cut sometimes. So we're going to cut through here, just below the deck. For this application, I would really rather have a variable speed traveling table and a 5 horsepower motor. That's not the machine I have available today. This machine should work fine. So I'm doing a manual table traverse, which means I'll be feeding it in, pushing the rolling table myself, and I have a 2 horsepower brake motor. That's a little light for this. It really needs to be a 5 horse, but if I keep my feed speed modest, we should be good. So I'm going to be pushing from the backside. I'll be operating a little bit blind here. Pushing from the backside where the cut is happening on the opposite side. So I'm going to ask the guy who partially built this saw to watch the cut and tell me if anything wacky happens to the blade while I'm pushing from the backside. So we're all hot and good to go. I'm going to start the saw. Oh, something else worth noticing here. The table rails are at an angle. They're not perpendicular to the saw head. They're at an angle of about 5 degrees. That way we catch a corner of the workpiece force. Same way as when you're using a hand saw to cut a 2x4, you don't start cutting on the flat. you angle it down and catch a corner first. We're doing the same thing here. So you'll see us starting cutting what is on your side, from your point of view, the right-hand corner first, and then feed in. I'm going to feed from the side here, see what it feels like. I'm going to go very cautiously, by the way. This will be a slow cut, both because I don't have enough motor horsepower, I don't think, and because I've never cut this particular workpiece before, and I'm just going to emphasize getting a good quality cut over getting a fast cut. Seems to be taking it quite well. How's it look from your position, Rick? Appears to be taking the workpiece with no trouble. I think its midspan here is going to slow down. It's cutting through a thicker section of plastic. Took it pretty well. Let's see what we got. I definitely would want to do that with a variable speed powered traveling table. That was I could almost certainly have cut that more quickly. But like I said, better to get at this stage of the game an accurate quality cut than a fast cut. And there it is. Just below the deck. I'll take some additional still photographs of this for you, but I think it looks like a very good cut. Anyway, yes, it'll do it. Definitely does want to be a powered table drive for this application. That was kind of tedious. But it'll certainly do the job. If you have any questions, please feel free to call or email us here at Forrest Manufacturing. Thank you.